How's everybody doing? Welcome to another match of Fandom Fights. We're here in the Summer Series singles tournament for another singles match. We got the number 6 seed, Brittani Tapley, going up against the number 11 seed, Kaleb Boatman. Both excellent Fandom Fights players. Brittani most recently challenging for the team's titles against Wookie Mistake with her team partner Tyler Birch in a very excellent match. But she also came runner-up in the free-for-all, so she's got that in her back pocket. But then on the other side of things, you have Kaleb Boatman, who is consistently always doing well in this league. He's a former Fandom teams champion. He also challenged for the team's title earlier this year, also against Wookie Mistake, so they do have that in common as well. So both players really know what they're doing in this league. I don't think the seedings quite match up as far as like the high and low. I think these guys are pretty evenly matched, and it's going to be really interesting to see what happens when they come head to head. So I'm looking forward to it. Let's go talk to them right now in the promos.
So we're at that point in your career where people see the 500 and they're like, oh yeah, okay, it's just another round 1 match for Boatman. I don't think you've ever played round 1 in this tournament and not given your opponent the biggest heart attack of their life. Jacoby was close. Rizzy was literally a point. So we love round 1 of the tournament, and I think you could probably pull the upset on this one. But there's no pressure on us on this one. At this point, people expect us to come in, play round 1 of the tournament, and make it close. And I don't know. I think we have a shot. What do you think?
We'll see. Let's have fun. I'm just trying to have fun, to be honest. I'm trying not to stress myself out. I'm just trying to have a good time.
And I'm trying to watch Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. Let's play.
Don't watch that. Well, play the match and watch that later. That's a good movie. That's a good movie.
You're right.
Well, Brittani, back in singles after a great teams run. Team said it. You won MVP of the free-for-all. Also, you were the runner-up against Monster Scully.
Yep.
But you are playing against Boatman today, who is a former champion, a great player. I have felt his wrath before.
Yep.
And he's honestly one of the best trivia players in this community, period.
Oh, yeah.
How are you feeling, though?
Feeling good. Yeah, Kaleb's one of those people who can play at a high level in Warzone and Fandom, which just baffles me how he can do that. Mm-hmm. So I've definitely prepared for this match. And on top of that, our strengths are the opposite of each other. So things could get really interesting in round 2. So I'm excited.
Today, I just want to say, there is no pressure on you or Tyler to make a super run in this tournament, because I think you both have already done enough for the video store this year, because that team run was awesome, pretty much securing Rookie Team of the Year, YouTube. But I really think you both can do it. So let's just see how it goes. Buy your shit, by the way. I almost forgot. I just woke up.
All right. Interesting promos. I forgot to mention before, looking at the records of this season alone, if we're just talking this season, both of these players, both 2-0 with a knockout. So both have earned a knockout on their record this season. Both have won both of the matches they've already played. That's also super interesting when you just look at how good both of these players are. So we'll see what happens as we bring them in for round number 1, which is going to work like this. There are going to be 10 questions from 10 random categories in the realm of Fandom Fights. Each question is going to be worth 1 point apiece. If you get all 10 questions correct, you will be issued a bonus question to you, only to you. You have 3 repeats and 1 challenge for the entirety of the match. Lady and gentlemen, any questions as we get into round number 1?
No.
Why did you say gentleman pure? Oh, well, I guess not. Gentleman and gentleman sounds the same. Never mind.
Gentleman, I don't know. So
what are you, Sean Mendes?
Let's get into it with question number 1 of round number 1, which is going to come in the category of DC. And your question is: the kitchen takes place in which U.S. state? Nick is not here, so I can make fun of the questions without being judged entirely, because he'll just rewatch this later. Nick, a geography question for the Canadian person on question 1. What are you doing? 5, 4, 3. How dare you? 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Brittany.
I mean, at least it's New York, so.
Boatman.
It is Hell's Kitchen, New York.
That is correct. All right, 1-1 as we get into your next question, which is in the category of YA. Who plays Benjamin, the vampire who can control the elements in Twilight Breaking Dawn Part 2? I actually went out for this role, but I didn't even finish the joke, and you're telling me to stop? I didn't even finish the joke. Would you like to co-host? 5, 4, 3, 2.
Maggie should
1.
co-host.
Pens down. I agree. Let's go to Boatman.
Rami Malek.
And Brittany.
Rami Malek.
Both are correct. It is 2-2. As we get into your next question in the category of scores and soundtracks. The question is, the song Far Over the Misty Mountains Cold appears in which Middle-earth film? Honestly, I didn't know where that last joke was going. Sometimes I just start saying things and I don't know where they're going to go, but they end up somewhere. So it's a very Michael Scott move. Don't ever, for any reason, ever do anything to anyone. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Brittany.
The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey.
And Kaleb.
The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey.
Both are correct. Keeping pace, 3-3. As we get into your next question, which is in the category of Disney animation. The gem that Maui stole is named after what body part of Te Fiti in Moana? I'm really bad at reading the questions beforehand to make sure I know what the words are so I can practice. I used to do that a lot. I don't do that anymore because I'm a moron. I almost just messed up Te Fiti hard, but I'm glad we got there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Kaleb Boatman.
Hurt.
And Brittany.
Hurt.
Both are correct. All right, your next question is going to be in Planet of the Apes. And that question is, who sneaks into the compound and brings Caesar water while he is being held prisoner in war for the Planet of the Apes? This is my favorite of the series. A lot of people, go for the second one or even the first one. I love all three of them, but this one, this is the definitive one to me, in my opinion. And I really like the original too. I think the original's pretty good.
Repeat the question.
That's going to be Kaleb Boatman's first repeat. And the question again, who sneaks into the compound and brings Caesar water while he is being held prisoner in war for the Planet of the Apes? Also, I think we can just stop and take a second to admit nothing breaks my heart more in fandom fights than when somebody says war of, battle of, conquest 2. Just they mess up one of those words. It breaks my soul every time it happens, and I feel like it's happened to everyone. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We're going to start with Brittany on this one.
Nova. And
Kaleb.
I had Nova, changed it.
Oh.
It is Nova. So Brittany will take the 1-point lead, 5-4, as we get into the next question, which is going to be in horror icons. And your question. In Halloween Kills, how is it revealed that Deputy Hawkins accidentally killed his partner on Halloween in 1978? We will take a general answer. Bucky, do you want to co-host? You're looking pretty spry for such a young lad. You can throw that away, Maggie. Yeah. I don't even care. We're just talking at this point. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Boatman.
He was trying to kill Michael.
Oh,
Brittany.
I just put he shot him.
Shot him is what we were looking for.
Because you said, how is it revealed?
Would you like me to read the question again, or do you want to use a challenge?
Well, can I bring in my manager?
Yes, you can.
I'm honestly really confused about what's happening. Okay.
Can I hear the question again, please?
Yes, you may. In Halloween Kills, how is it revealed that Deputy Hawkins accidentally killed his partner on Halloween in 1978?
What were
Okay.
you thinking?
I said he was trying to kill Michael.
No, I know what you said. I'm saying, what were you thinking?
I was
That's
thinking,
why.
how is it revealed? Like the reveal, was, but I just misunderstood the question.
Okay.
That's-
Okay. All right. So I have the score 6-4 as we move on to the next question, which is in the category of Marvel. Who voices Peter Porker, aka Spider-Ham, in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse? An excellent film. I am sad that the sequel has been pushed
I know.
to 2023, but at the same time, hey, take your time.
True.
As I've always said, a movie with more time equals good. A movie with no time equals James Bond. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Kaleb.
John Mulaney.
And Brittany.
John Mulaney.
John Mulaney is correct. Also, you can see him on Disney Plus, as Kaleb Koho said.
Yeah.
All right, your next question is in the category of Disney live action. What position does Julie Gaffney play as a backup in D2, The Mighty Ducks? This movie is good. I like the first two. I like both of the first two. I think the third one's meh.
Yeah.
But it's not terrible, but it's just kind of meh. You take away Coach Bombay, and I'm not happy. But the first two, I'm having a good time. 5, 4. I still haven't watched the show, though. 2, 1. Pens down. We're going to start with Brittany.
Coley.
And Kaleb.
The hockey position I know?
That is correct. So it is 8-6 as we get into your penultimate question in the category of Mission Impossible. Name all 3 members of the IMF that are on the mission that goes wrong in Berlin at the beginning of Mission Impossible Fallout. This is a great film. Big fan, as I've said previously on many a show. I like the one before this a little bit more, but I'm a big.
You don't need first and last names, do you?
No, just first names is acceptable. Give you a little bit of extra time on this one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We're going to start with Kaleb.
Ethan, Benji, Luther.
And Brittany.
Oh, no, I put Luther, Ethan, and Zen.
Boatman is correct. So there will be no perfect rounds. It is 7-8 as we get into the final question of the match, which is in fandom quotes of the match of the round. Come on, Tim. Your final question is in fandom quotes. Which Alien versus Predator film features the quote, "What we hoped to achieve was to meet our makers, to get answers why they made us in the first place." I just want to meet the maker of the Baconator. Nick and I have talked about this a lot, that the Order of the Baconator is my dream Wizarding World spinoff, and I would love to meet the maker of them as well. So 5, 4. I want that revealed in that film as well. 2, 1. Pens down. We're going to start with Brittany.
What, Prometheus?
And Kaleb.
I also put Prometheus.
You both would be correct. So it is 9-8. Very high scoring game coming out of round number 1. We are going to move into round number 2. Here's how it's going to work. We are going to bring up the wheel from wheeldecide.com. Each player is going to have a chance to spin the wheel. If they like what they spin the first time, they can keep it, or they can choose to spin again, but they have to keep whatever they spin the second time. Each question is worth 2 points apiece. Unless you check the multiple choice, then it will be worth only 1 point. And hey, Ooh, watch out, because stealing is available. It gets spooky up in here. Kaleb, you have 2 repeats remaining. Brittany, you have all 3, and both of your challenges are intact. And the categories on the wheel today are Disney Animation, MCU, DreamWorks Animation, Middle-earth, Worlds of DC, Mission Impossible, Star Wars, and DC. So, Brittany, you are in the lead. Would you like to spin first or defer to Kaleb?
Do what we said, or
Yeah.
I'm still feeling that. Yeah. Okay, we'll go first.
You are going first. Okay. This is going to be the spin for you, Brittany. It is away, and it lands on DC. Would you like to keep that or spin again?
Okay. Cool. We talked.
Yeah.
I gave you the numbers. Are you still with the spinning again? Or?
Yeah, I think spin again. Yeah.
Okay. Spin again.
All right. This is what you are going to be stuck with, Brittany. And the fates want you to have DC.
All right.
Cool.
All right, Brittany. I will be giving you your questions in DC. Are you ready?
Yep.
All right, your first question. In which DC Batman film does Bruce Wayne propose marriage to someone who agrees but then leaves town?
Mask of the Phantasm.
That is correct for 2 points. Your second question. Richard Roundtree plays Uncle Joe to what DC superhero?
Arguably the worst one. Steel.
Yeah, you can make an argument.
Arguably.
Yeah, that's correct for 2 points. Your third question. What is the name of the female Kryptonian on trial with Non and Zod at the beginning of Superman the movie?
I'm going to go to multiple to be safe.
All right, your options are A, Ursa, B, Thorla, C, Din, or D, Dantar.
A.
A is correct for 1 point. Your penultimate question. How does V die in V for Vendetta?
Oh. I'll go to multiple.
All right, your options are A, stabbed, B, shot, C, hung, or D, explosion.
2 are there, of course. Shot?
That is correct. For
Okay.
1 point. And your final question, Brittany. In Jonah Hex, Jonah witnesses a fighting pit where a man called the Barbarian is fighting a man named after what type of animal?
Snake?
That is correct
Okay.
for 2 points. So Brittany gets her total from 9 up to 17 as we bring back the wheel for Mr. Boatman and his manager, Mr. Koho. Here's the spin for you, Kaleb. Caleb's. It lands on Star Wars. Would you like to keep that or spin again?
I think
I know you were working on it, but I'd say I'll spin again.
Yeah.
Okay. This is what you are stuck with. And it lands on DreamWorks.
Mint. Love it. All right. Got it.
All right, Kaleb. Are you prepared for your questions in DreamWorks Animation?
yes.
Your first question. In which film in the Shrek franchise does King Harold die?
Shrek the Third.
That is correct for 2 points. Your second question. What type of animal does William Shatner voice in Over the Hedge?
A possum.
That is correct for 2 points. What is the name of the companion given to Megamind by his parents before he is sent off planet at the beginning of Megamind?
That's what I am to Kaleb Koho. Minion.
You said it. No, I'm just kidding. That is correct.
I am Minion. He's Megamind. That's just the fact.
All right. Your penultimate question, Kaleb. What was Lucky Prescott's mother's circus act which she dies performing at the beginning of Spirit Untamed?
Multiple choice.
All right, your options are A, high wire, B, horseback riding, C, lion taming, or D, trapeze.
A.
A is incorrect. Brittany, chance for a 1-point steal. Your options again are A, high wire, B, horseback riding, C, lion taming, or D, trapeze.
Horseback riding?
That is correct for 1 point. And Kaleb, your final question. In How to Train Your Dragon, what part of Toothless does Hiccup injure when he shoots him down?
Tail.
That is correct for 2 points, bringing his total up from 8 to 16. So it is a 2-point game. 17 to 16. No,
isn't it 18 to
18 to 16, 2-point game. This is why I need Nick around.
Yeah.
2-point game. Going into round number 3, here's how it's going to work. It is the betting round. So I'm going to say a category. The players are then going to have to decide whether they want to bet 0, 1, or 2 on the question. If they get the question right, they will gain those points. If they get the question wrong, they will lose those points. We will play until someone is mathematically eliminated or we have run out of questions. Kaleb, you do have 2 repeats remaining. Brittany, you have all 3, and both challenges are intact. Any questions?
No.
Okay. Then the first category you can bet points on is going to be Marvel. All right, let's get bets starting with Brittany.
I bet 2.
And Boatman.
I also bet 2.
All right, here is your question. Which Marvel film features an evil ninja organization called The Hand? Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. The macaw has many books. Jesus. Let's go to Brittany
Electra?
and Kaleb.
Electra.
Both are correct. So the score is now 20 to 18. Great year for film. As we get into your next question, which is going to be in the category of, it's my favorite. It's James Bond. Let's get that starting with Kaleb Boatman
2.
and Brittany.
1.
Okay, here is the question. Besides getting disguise prosthetics, what must Bond do in order to blend in with the Japanese village he must hide in You Only Live Twice? This movie has some interesting moments, to say the least, part of which, revolve around things said in this question. But there are also some very good moments as well. I think this has one of the most iconic endings to a Bond film, so that's pretty fun as well. 5.
Repeat.
Okay, that's going to be Brittany's first repeat. Besides getting disguise prosthetics, what must Bond do in order to blend in with the Japanese village he must hide in You Only Live Twice? Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's start with Kaleb.
Wear a robe.
We will get
Ooh.
an answer from Brittany.
I put get married.
Get married is correct. So, with that, the score is now 21 to 16. A 5-point game as we get into the third question, which is going to come from the category of the MCU. Let's get bets, starting with Brittany
2.
and Kaleb.
2.
Here is your question. Who plays Dane Whitman in Eternals? I don't hate this movie. I think it's pretty good. A lot of people like to shit on it, but I like it. I think it's pretty good. Sorry, someone backstage. It's better than the last 2 movies in this round, that's for sure. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Kaleb Boatman.
Barry Keoghan.
And Brittany.
Oh, that's Kit Harington.
And your winner, Brittani Tapley. Kit Harington was the correct answer. So, final score of 23-14, but really good match. I don't think that score quite represents it at all. At one point, these players were very, very close, but betting, that happens. It is what it is. It's happened to me. It's happened to everybody. But Kaleb played a fantastic game, a really good round 2, and Brittany was on her shit. 9 points in round 1. Clearing DC and then doing what she needed to do in round 2, betting smart where she needed to. So, or round 3 rather. So really, really smart match and really great performance from both players. So we're going to kick it off starting with Mr. Koho and Mr. Boatman. Guys, great match. Kaleb, you came into this match saying you were just here to have some fun, wanted to have some fun. You played really well. You did well. What do you think about the match?
Yeah, no, I had fun. I didn't play as well as I wanted to, but I've got other things on my plate right now, so
Yeah, Fandom is always been the division that we come in and we just with Boatman, we come in, we have fun, we test ourselves, see what we do, and I think being able to keep in lockstep with one of the best players in the league shows that Boatman is also one of the best in this league without it being his primary. I think that's really strong. So that was a great showing from Boat, and it just came down to that one question round 3, and other than that. I think he played really solid. So Brittany just played a monster game. It's hard to beat that.
Yeah. Kaleb, this does mean you're out of the tournament, but this is not the end of you in the summer because we are still going to see you in the summer. Let me get this right. The Fandom Fights Teams Summer Ladder, I think is the official order of those words.
Exactly the way you said it, right? Just Fandom Fights, Fandom Fights. Summer
exactly. All the mistakes there. Yeah. Guns and Ships will be making an appearance in there. You guys are pretty high on the ladder where you get to start. So you have many potential opponents like the I'm trying to look at where this airs. So you have many potential opponents like Back to Formula, Galacti's Nuts, Necronomicon, Lights, Camera, Action, Anyone Can Cook, Manhattan Project. Any of those names ringing a bell? Or Dummies is at the end after you? Like, what do you guys think? What do you think?
I'll go for Guns and Ships here and say no one wants to play Guns and Ships. I think Guns and Ships is one of the scariest teams in Fandom. And being that high up on the ladder is a terrifying hurdle to clear for any of the teams underneath. So no matter who's coming, whether it's one of ours, whether it's one of the other teams, like Back to Formula and Galacti's Nuts are good teams. I'm sure we could be seeing one of them too. Whoever it is, you got a mountain to climb. We're at the top of it, and we'll see you there.
Okay. Sounds good. Well, great job today, Kaleb. We'll see you soon in teams as we bring in the winner today, Brittany. Brittany, great job today. Really dominant performance, and you're moving on to round number 2 of the tournament. How are you feeling?
Feeling pretty good. I'm a little pissed because had I listened to that Mission Impossible question clearly, I heard Berlin. I went to Mission Impossible 3. Might have had a perfect game, but that stuff happens. But no, I'm really proud of myself. I studied a lot of James Bond for the championship, so I figured may as well put good use, and it paid off. So no, I'm really happy with how I played.
David?
I actually think Brittany played awesome. If I am not mistaken, she missed one question in the entire match, which is a terrifying thought for anybody who has to play her next. And as I said, there is no pressure on her, but I really think Brittany is shaping up to be one of those people that's going to be up there with the grades. She's already better than me, like one-on-one, hands down. And I think she's shaping up to be on the level of like your Thomas Callis, your Joe Farrellis, your Albert Wiradharmas. And so, yeah, I think this tournament is the place to prove it, and I think she can do it.
Well, yes, I agree. I concur with most things said there. Brittany, you will be moving on to round number 2. Your potential opponents are one of my favorite players, the winner of the 5-way plan. That is their name.
Spoilers.
That is their name. One of the best players out there, winner of 5-way play. We totally know who it is, and I love them. But the other option would be Cameron Holtzman. So you're either going to play one of those two people. Full disclosure, we haven't shot the 5-way yet. Tomorrow.
Okay.
But you're going to play either the winner of the 5-way play-in or Cameron Holtzman. But Holtzman, interested in that?
Oh yeah, definitely. He's one of the top players in the league. And again, like Kaleb, he has opposite strengths to me. So I will have to really study up for that. And if the person beats Cameron, I will be equally terrified to play them. So,
Fair enough. All right. Well, great job today, Brittany. We will see you back soon in round number 2. But that's going to do it today for us here at Fandom Fights. I want to thank everybody for watching. Thank you to Brittany and Boatman for putting on a great show. And thank you to Koho and David for managing, and Nick behind the scenes right in the match. Thank you very much. We will see you real soon with the next one. Until then, bye.
We are so glad you came. Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye now. Bye. Bye-bye.
And again, that's the hero gig. Part of the journey is the end.
Goodbye, old friend.
Kitty has to go.